to be praised. Like a this, like a that, like a this, like a that. To the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. Come on, give him your praise. He's worthy to be praised. Let's go. You are worthy, worthy to be praised, King of glory. You are worthy to be praised. You are worthy, worthy to be praised, Ancient of days. You are worthy to be praised. Sing it. You are worthy, worthy to be praised. Everybody sing. Almighty God, you are worthy to be praised. Yes, you are, yes, you are, yes, you are. You are worthy, worthy to be praised. Almighty God, you are worthy to be praised. Beautiful one, I adore you, ageless one, I give you praise. King of glory, God Almighty, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom reigns over all the earth. Jesus, you're my firm foundation, and I can stand with you. You are worthy, worthy to be praised. Almighty God, you are worthy to be praised. Yes, you are worthy. Oh, you are worthy, worthy to be praised. Almighty God, you are worthy to be praised. Yes, you are worthy, worthy to be praised. Almighty God, Almighty God, you are worthy to be praised. You are worthy, worthy to be praised. Almighty God, you are worthy to be praised.
All right, good morning. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is that you're listening to me from. I want to just quickly wish you a happy Easter. Happy Easter to everybody, to your family, to yourself, to your children, to your husband and your wife. Thank you very much for joining this particular broadcast. I want you guys to go ahead and share the video on the page. We're going to be talking on this topic, learn something from this season. It's Easter celebration, ladies and gentlemen. Jesus Christ died on the cross of Calvary because of you and I. And, today we are remembering the death and the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Today we call it the Easter celebration. That means Christ died and resurrected on the third day. Glory be to the name of Jesus, of God. For we are not serving a dead God. We are not praying to a dead God. We are praying to a living God. But one thing that he did was like he transformed himself from the realm of the physical or the flesh to the realm of the spirit. So today we are men and women of the spirit, because the Bible says God is spirit, and those that worship him will worship him in spirit and in truth. So Easter made it possible for Jesus to transform himself from the realm of the flesh to the realm of the spirit. And the Bible records that right this moment, that is on the right side of the Father, interceding for you and I, for God to continue to forgive us and have mercy upon our souls. So I want to just quickly wish you a happy Easter celebration. And somebody asked me yesterday, he said, Pastor Jola, why are we celebrating Easter? Jesus didn't just die, he died 2,000 years ago. And I said, well, as a matter of fact, Jesus didn't die 2,000 years ago. He died from the beginning of the world. That is, he died before Adam and Eve were created. So if you want to know when Christ died, he died from the inception of the world. All right, before the whole heart was formed, he died already. That was the Lamb of God that took away the sin of the world. So the reason why we're celebrating it is just because we want new convert to feel the power of resurrection, the death of and the resurrection of Christ. Let them know that he died because of them, not because of us, but because of the new ones that are just coming into Christianity. And secondly, that sacrifice is not something you can forget. The Bible says he died once and for all. for all of our sins. He nailed them to the cross. So the sin that you committed yesterday, the one that you're committing today, the one that you will commit tomorrow has been paid for. Paid for in full. Paid for in full. That you don't have to worry about anything. All right. When you say, "Am I righteous?" Naturally or normally, human beings can never be righteous, but we become righteous because of Christ, because of his death and his resurrection has made us to become righteous. Because right now, he lives on the inside of us. And that's why the Bible says, "Greater is he that is in us." So if you have Christ in you, automatically you're a righteous person. Because it's not the righteousness of the flesh, it's the righteousness of the Spirit. The righteousness of Christ has covered us, therefore making us to be righteous people also. So I want to just quickly thank you for joining this broadcast because I want to open up something very sensitive. And if it's going to benefit you, if you can listen to it, take it home, go and think about it, and later down the road, it might not be now, it might be later down the road, you're going to remember this Easter celebration because of one thing. And it's not just only this celebration that you're going to remember this time of the coronavirus lockdown. You're going to remember it for good. You remember it for good. All right. So please go ahead and share the video on your page. Let's get more people connected at this time so that a lot of people can be on the line at the moment. Now, the topic is learn something from this season. Learn something from this season. What am I saying this morning? I'm not really talking about the Easter celebration, but we thank God that this issue is happening at this time. And it means that it's going to stick to us for a long, long time. Every time the Easter period will come, we will always remember the coronavirus lockdown. It's now become something that can never go. It becomes something that we'll always remember like constantly. They've already warned us that every 100 years there will be something like this. It has happened almost about 2 times before, and this is the 3rd time it's happening right now. Now, what am I supposed to learn from this? You're supposed to learn things from every situation, everything you find. Every time you find yourself in a situation, always make sure that you learn something from it. Don't just look at the pain. Don't look at the negative part of it. Always look for a positive thing inside of negativity. Always look for what exactly can I learn from inside of this situation that I found myself. All right? And that is going to be a lesson that you will take home and that will stick to you for the rest of your life. And then one day will come, another situation will come, you will be ready, you will be prepared, and you will be able to face it and be able to succeed. Now, so many people are lacking right this moment. So many people, they're lacking this moment. Somebody wrote me, he said, "Pastor Chola, I am not really afraid or scared of coronavirus. I am scared of hunger." Of course. You see, everybody's on lockdown. And so many people are in their homes right now without food, without money to be able to buy anything. It's not really that things are not there to buy, but it's just that the money is not there to buy them. Why? What could have been the problem? And the problem is this. It's something that we've been talking about for a long, long, long time, but it seems like people don't get it. A lot of people don't get it. We don't understand what we're talking about. The Bible says, he said, a wise man leaves inheritance for his children. All right? A wise man, not just only leave inheritance for his children, a wise man will save for the raining day. A wise man will save for the raining day. You see, when things are rosy, everything is coming in, money is flowing in and stuff, live below your means. Live underneath your income. Don't let your spending be equal to your income. Don't let your spending be even equal to 70% of your income. Always have the time to save. Keep something behind. It doesn't really matter the kind of job you do. It doesn't matter how much money you're making. What matters is you having that ability to put something away. Many of you guys spend it all on things that you don't even need. Many of you guys don't understand what savings is all about. We have the current account, we have the savings account. All right. We even have the I don't know what they call it, maybe signature account or the whatever. I don't know. Whereby you can lock your money in. You see, when you are making money, you are getting your salary. Don't be in a hurry to go and buy a big house. Don't be in a hurry to rent a bigger apartment. Don't be in a hurry to go and buy a big car. Don't be in a hurry to start lavishing your money. This is the time for you to put something away. You remember the Bible says when Joseph entered into the palace of the king, he said a season will come. That will be the season of abundance. It means that there will be so much food. Everybody will be enjoying food and all kinds of stuff. But during that time, don't forget, another season is coming. And that season that is coming is going to be the season of lack and famine. And then they ask him, so how do we overcome? I was shocked when they asked him that. I don't think anybody will ask you. I don't think I will ask anybody, what do you think I should do? At that point in time, when there is surplusity, at that point in time when things are coming in and everybody is eating and eating and eating, that's the time for you to remember that things will not always be like this forever. That is, I need to put something little aside in case of incasity, in case something might happen that will not be this kind of season. In case I may lose my job, it's possible for me to lose my source of income. If I lose my source of income, I need to survive for the next 3 months before I will be able to get another job. Okay, how about if something happened to the country? If we are now under lockdown, how will I be able to feed myself? And that's the reason why we put things aside. In Africa, or Nigeria especially, our way of life is what they call instant gratification. And what that means is that it means that the moment we are earning a little salary, we want to start spending it and let people know we have arrived. We spend the money just for people to know we have arrived. And then that kind of character, that kind of attitude will actually put you in a situation whereby you will lack later in the future. It is better for you not to lack. You see, when you go and learn from the ants and you find out that they actually hide their food during the summertime, so that during the winter time they can live inside of the ground and not lack anything. They save. They eat and they save. They eat and they save. Now, look at it. Let me just go attack it from a different angle. Look at it, somebody who is selling cigarettes and selling chin-chin, selling cola nut and coconut or whatever by the side of the road. And think about how much you think they can make in a day. Think about the bread lady, the lady that is selling bread. How much do you think this particular lady will be able to make, at the end of the month? How much profit will come to a bread seller? Maybe in a day, probably she's making maybe 1,000 or 2,000 naira profit. That kind of a person may say, oh, I don't have enough money to save. I'm only living from hand to mouth. I make $2,000 every day, and naira every day, and that's how much I spend. You see, that's the time you're supposed to understand that this is how much I'm making. And that's why I always tell couples, I say, couples, be open. Husbands, be open to your wives. Wives, be open to your husband. It's not because of today, it's because of tomorrow. It's not because of now, it's because of tomorrow. Because a day will come that there will be lack. It's not probably because of powers and principality or because of anything. It might be because of something like this particular coronavirus lockdown. It might be because of somebody lost their job. It might be because of any situation. So you need something to fall back home to. All right? When you are that kind of a person that you make the money and spend it all, then you will become a beggar down the road. And then nobody will want to give to you because they saw you when you were lavishing your money. At the end of the day, now you're coming in to beg for bread. Nobody will be interested in supporting you. Now, if you are making that kind of money, 2,000 naira per day and whatsoever, this and this and that, that's the right time. If a person cannot save when he's making small money, he will not be able to save when he's making big money. It is about you training yourself to put something aside. It's about you training yourself. It doesn't really matter how much. If you are able to save $1, you will be able to save 1,000. If you are able to save $2, it will be easy for you to save 2,000. If you are that kind of a person that you have trained yourself about saving, you train yourself about putting money away, you train yourself about hiding money, it will be very easy for you. They call you stingy. But it's later down the road they will understand to be stingy sometimes is actually a benefit. It's about you training yourself. If you refuse to train yourself about saving, you will not be able to put anything aside. So many of you guys, you come up, you make a lot of money, you do whatever, but you are still not able to save. You look at yourself. You live in America, but you don't have a land in Nigeria. You live in America, you don't have a house in Nigeria. You see, what is the problem? It's because some of you don't want to build a house in Nigeria, but yet you still don't have a house in America. Okay? So the issue is that you are actually biting more than you could chew. So you are not able to put money away. You are biting more than you could chew. You are trying to live a kind of an extravagant life now that you are not making anything. You are not making any money, but you are spending like as if to say you have money. And that's where you're going to eat the rock. So for you making small money, then train yourself to keep it. Train yourself to save it. Train yourself to hide it. Train yourself to be able to save money for the rainy day. Always have accounts and say, this is for vacation. This is for the raining day. This is for whatever. This is for this. Just label them and spread your money all around the place. Try to make them to yield incomes for you. Let them yield interest for you. Understand? When you spread your money all around and forget them right there. Forget your money whenever you invest them. Don't go back there and be saying, I need money for this. Now, people will call you from Nigeria. They'll call you from your country. They'll call you from wherever you are and say, oh, we need support. We need support. Now, the issue is this. You don't give support when you yourself don't have any support for yourself. Let me say this one more time. You don't want to support people when you yourself cannot support yourself. So many of you think you can. Oh, I'm making money. I'm in America. Do you know how many people are living in America with the mindset that because they are in America, they are already rich? Okay? So when people come from Nigeria, they just want to do show off. They start sending money. On the day of calamity like this, now you will not be looking for someone to help you, but you cannot find it because the people you are sending money to, they are very wise. Those ones are wiser than you. Those ones are keeping the money. They are saving the money. They are starting businesses. You know, somebody was telling me, oh, his brother is collecting money all the time. I want to pay house rent. I want to do this. I want to do it. Before you got to know it, this guy bought 5 taxis. He invested in 5 taxis in Nigeria. They are delivering money to him. He is now the landlord and the chairman of the taxi company. So they are delivering money to him. The brother in America that is sending money to him could not even boast of a house. He doesn't even have a land in Nigeria. But the brother that is sending money to is the owner of 5 different taxi cabs and making money. So if you cannot support yourself, you don't want to support other people. Because one rich man among 10 poor people is a poor man too. They are all poor. Because there is no way you can make it a single person catering for the need of 9 people. You will go down like every one of them are on the ground. So if you are not yet ready for that, you are not ready for it. Let them call you stingy. Let them call you Ahun. Let them call you whatsoever. That's your name. That's your middle name. Tell them that is my name. At this moment, I'm still trying to be able to build help for myself. I'm building a backbone for myself. I'm trying to save and put money away in case of any incasity. Do you know how many times when I go out and I see all these old men working in Walmart as doormen, meters and greeters? I think about it sometimes. I say, God, don't let me land this way. I don't want to be at the age of 75 and be greeting people by the door of Walmart and be collecting $5 an hour or $10 an hour. No, I do not want to. All right? So it's time for me now to start. When I'm still young, I need to work and save for the raining day. The Bible says, go and learn from the hands. You see, go and borrow wisdom from the hands. That is, if you human being cannot think. It is if you human being cannot understand time. If you human being cannot process yourself and plan your life. He said, go to the ants. Go and look at what the ants are doing. They gather their food during the winter time, summertime. And then during the winter time, you don't see them outside. But somebody's feeding them because they already worked tirelessly and they are able to keep their money. And that's what they're surviving on right this moment. Sometimes we Africans, we need to get it and understand if somebody, you are seeing somebody counting money and you're asking the person, please, I need 10,000. And the person said, I don't have. You are not supposed to be the enemy of that person. You are not supposed to be angry at that person. He doesn't have it. Because he's counting money doesn't mean that he could give out the money. Maybe the money belongs to somebody else, or maybe the money is targeting something. Maybe he's doing a project. Maybe he's going to save money, and this money he himself cannot spend it. But because you're asking the person for money and he's saying, no, I cannot give, the person will suddenly become your enemy. And say, I really don't believe that should be the case. Every one of us is supposed to labor for ourselves. Go and labor for yourself. I am laboring for myself. The little you are making, are you saving it? The little I'm making, I am saving it. So wait, don't be thinking at the back of your mind, say my brother got me. No, if you are thinking like that, I will tell you on the day of calamity, I will tell you I only save money, that will be enough for me and my family. You remember the 10 virgins from the Bible. The Bible says, 5 of them, they were prepared, they had a lamp and they have extra oil. All right? And the other 5, they had a lamp, but they do not have oil. And then they were waiting for the bridegroom to come. And by the time the bridegroom will show up, their own lamps are going down. And the other one fill up their lamp. And then they asked them, can you give us a little bit of your oil? They said, no. He said, so that you will not be, we are not going to lack. It's better for you to go buy your own. So they left. You know what happened? Before they were able to find the oil to buy, the bridegroom entered into the party and they locked up the door. And when they came, they started banging on the door, and then the doorman opened up to them and said, who are you looking for? They said, we are part of the guests. He said, we do not know you. So they locked them outside. You see, people are being locked outside today, this time of coronavirus, because you refuse to do the needful. Because you refuse to do what you're supposed to do. What you're supposed to do is the little you are making, you save it. The little you are making, you save it. You don't spend it all. You do whatever you can do with a little bit of your income and save the rest of your income. I actually read a story about one particular gate man, actually in a bank here in America. Bank of America. And this gate man, who is a doorman, is making just only $14 an hour. But he has been doing the job for many years. And then they check his bank account. This guy has got $1.2 million in his account. And they began to ask him, the bank manager doesn't even have $5,000 in his account. The managers doesn't even have $1,000 in their account. They collect their salary, they spend it all. They say, how come are you able to have $1 million and 200,000 in your bank account? And the man said, I do not have any family. I don't buy nothing. I save all my salary. I don't use my salary to eat. I don't use my salary to do nothing. I sleep inside my car for the past how many years I've been working here. I take a shower inside the gym and I come back to work. And the food I eat, it is the bank people that buy me food. Because when I sit down, I pretend like I sit to say I'm hungry. I pretend like I sit to say I'm sick. When they pass by, they say, oh, we're going to get you something. And every time they come back, they give me a cup of coffee. They get me bagel. They get me sandwich. So that's what I live on every day. The guy was able to save $1.2 million. A doorman who is not the manager. The manager could not boast of 5,000. Another story I read was the story of a driver who was driving a bank manager in Nigeria. And one day, the driver told the boss, he said, sir, by next week I'm going to be dedicating and celebrating my new house. And the guy said, when? He said, next week. He said, oh, what day is that? The guy was thinking in his head, the boss was thinking probably it would be a kind of a small, tiny little house that he was able to build. The guy wasn't thinking like this guy could build could build a kind of a 4-flat building. But the day they got to the place and they were dedicating the building, the guy saw it, that this guy is actually dedicating a 4-flat building. So the next Monday, he wasn't happy, but he sat down there anyway. And then the next day, the guy came to pick him up, and they were in the car. He sat at the back, the owner's corner, and then the driver was driving him. And he asked the driver, how manage? Even me that I'm your boss, I'm still living in a rented apartment. How come you are able to build a house? He says, sir, He said, I spend only 20% of my income. I save the rest of it. By the time the money is actually at a certain point, I give it to the contractor for him to start doing whatever it is that needs to be done concerning the building. And the boss looked at himself and said, do you know how much money I make? And the driver said, yes, I do. He said, but I'm not able to boast of even a house. I've not even bought a land yet. It was the driver. It was the driver who now planned to help the boss. They bought a land and they began to collect money from the boss to lay foundation, to do the block and to do everything. And today the Oga now is a proud owner of a house himself because of the driver. Because of the driver. So we all must learn something. Every day of your life, learn something. This season is teaching you and I something. Not just only you, even myself. It's teaching you and I something that we need to go and learn from the hands. That we need to learn from the 10 virgins. That when we are not prepared, we are not prepared. And then the English people say something. They said to prepare, to lack preparation is preparing to fail. To fail to prepare is preparing to fail. If you don't prepare, you will fail. And how will you fail in this season is that you are going to be hungry. How will you fail in this season? You will not have any money to take care of your business. How will you fail in this season? You are going to lack everything, the support, the protection that money can give in this season. And then you become a beggar. And now, just think about it in your heart. How about if the people you are going to, how about if they live their life like your own? How about those people live their life just exactly like your own? How do you think they will be able to give you something? Will they be able to go into their closet and open their wardrobe and take part of what they have and give to you? I didn't mean they have lived their life the same way you lived your life. So you need to wake up. It doesn't matter how small. Put something away. It doesn't matter how little. Put something away. Always have different accounts. So many of you guys don't want to keep your money in the bank. You want to keep it at home. You see, let me tell you something. It's difficult to save money. Very difficult to save money. Every time you're saving money, I remember in those days when I'm saving money, I'll be happy. And when I ever open my account and I look at the money there, I'll be so happy. Before you get to know it, somebody will just come from nowhere and give you a kind of a bad news, a stupid story that will make you to go and put your hands into that money and take it out and just give. It took me some time before I could understand that I need a kind of account that when I put my money there, I can't collect it in the next 1 year. So that's what I did. Then I started putting my money into it, and there's no way you can go and collect that money, and because the money is not matured yet, because you signed a contract of 1 year or 2 years or 3 years. So when I check my checking account, if there's no money there, it's very easy for me to now say, hey, Uncle, even me myself, I'm broke. I got no money. I can send you my account statement so you can check it out and see. Now, gradually I started looking at that. I said, whoa, this is the way to go. Because it's not easy to save money. Every time you try to save money, it's just like there are some situations that they can perceive it. They see how much you have, and then they go straight into your account to just take the money, and that will be the end of it. Every time you are happy that you're saving, that's when those things happen. So you have to be smarter than those things. You have to be more brilliant than those things. What you need to do is to put your money under lock and key so that even you yourself cannot go there and tamper with the money. When there is no money, there is no money. There is nobody that can take money away from you when you don't have the money. Because you don't have it. It's not in your hand. It's not in your checking account. Your savings account, there's no money there. The only money you have is inside your whatever account that they call it. Okay? And then you cannot open it. You cannot go there and ask for money because it's going to be the next 3 years before you can even have access to it. And then you have access to it with interest. So at the end of the day, fixed deposit, yes, fixed deposit in Nigeria. All right? So these are the things you do. These are the things you now start doing. Just to be able to prepare for such a time like this. All right? Plan for a time like this. Don't buy a Mercedes-Benz when your income is not solid. To buy a Mercedes-Benz means that you have 3 other cars that you're driving. Now you're not buying a Mercedes-Benz because a Mercedes-Benz is a luxurious kind of car. I remember when I was driving my BMW, it was a turbo engine BMW. I bought it brand new. And one day, it started going crazy on me. And every time I have to spend 1,000 today for servicing, I spend 2,000 for engine problem, I spend this, I spend that. You know what I did? I shipped it. And what did I do? I went and bought a better car that is not as expensive like that is actually very easy to service. I bought it. I was able to save the money I was lavishing on that one. That's the stuff. You have to understand, it's not about looking big. It's about becoming big. Stop pretending to be rich. Go and plan to be rich. To be rich means I'm planning on it. To be rich means I'm actually saving the money. I'm doing what I need to do to make the money and to save it so that I can have a what. When they say, what is your what? You can go to your savings account, look at how much is there. Go into whatever it is that you're actually investing on, look at all your investments, you can calculate everything, then they know your what. Your what is not in how much you spend. Your what is not in how much you're throwing away. When you throw money away on musician, the money is gone. The money is going to become that of the musician who will not even spend it at all. He will go and build a house with the money, and then he will start rocking and sending his own children to law school, to medical school, whereas you that you are spending the money, you are languishing in pain. And in this season, you will now start begging for bread. Whereas you were making the money, you were the man. Everybody, they were all looking up at you because you were making almost about $7,000-8,000 a month. And now you're the one begging for bread right now. From who? From the ones that are making just only $3,000. What made those $3,000 people? How did they manage to have money right now? Because they didn't spend their $3,000. They spent just only $1,200. When they were looking for an apartment, they went and got a common apartment, a 2-bedroom apartment or a 1-bedroom apartment just to manage it. Some of the children, they sleep in the living room. The wife and the husband sleep in the bedroom. They were trying to put money together and they put money aside because of the raining day, or maybe they want to do better things in the future. Instead of wasting money on rent, why don't we become a house owner? Why can't we put money aside for another 5 years? We're going to be able to have a down payment. So children, you're going to actually be out with us. You guys will sleep on the couch. Me and mommy will sleep in the bedroom. And you guys just rock and roll with it for the next 5 years. And before you get to know it, you buy your whole house. And here it is. You're having a 5-bedroom house that everybody can actually be, boast enough to have their own room. Not just only their room, they all have their own bathrooms. So now it's time now for the enjoyment. Okay? So, but you have to go through the pain. There is no pain, no pain, no gain. No pain, no gain. No pain, no gain. You can't always have everything rosy all the time. You know that there will always be a good day and a bad day. And when the bad day will come, let me tell you something. It's going to be your responsibility to enjoy it. When the good days will come, you're going to be the one to enjoy it. All right? Nobody's going to enjoy good with you and enjoy bad with you. It's your call. That's your responsibility. You are going to be the one to enjoy it or not. All right? The way you lay your bed is the way you're going to sleep on it. You see, enough of actually putting your responsibility on other people. It's time we Africans wake up. Think about the shame of you dying. And then your wife must now have to go to the pastor and say, he doesn't have life insurance, so he doesn't have funeral insurance, so he doesn't have penny in his bank account. So then the pastor will now start coming to everybody in the church and say, hey, let us donate $50. Let us donate $10. Let us donate this. We have to bury this, our brother. That's a shame. It's a big shame on you, on your family that you're putting on them. Now, when you put life insurance together, there's funeral insurance attached to it. The moment you die, nobody's going to be raising money all around. They will just carry your body, go and bury you nicely in a beautiful environment. All right? And then you're going to take all the burden away from your wife or your husband. You take the burden away from your children and from the society. That you're going to be buried in a very peaceful way. You know what? People will respect you. When you are alive, you are respectable. When you are dead, you are a respectable person too. All right? So you need to go and look for that. No pain, no gain. You have to do away with some certain things that we call enjoyment. There are some things that we refer to as You have to do away with them. You don't want to do those things. You have to caution yourself. You have to now concentrate on saving. And you cannot save big money, like I said, if you don't have the capacity to save small money. If you cannot save small money, you cannot save big money. So people will say, well, how much is the money I'm spending? It's just only $10. It's only $15. Let me tell you, $15. Let's say $10 every day. Multiply it by a month. That's going to be almost about $300. $300 multiply it by 12. You're going to begin to see almost about, how much is that? 300 times 12. That's going to be 6,300. That's $3,600. And then when you save that $3,600 for the next 10 years, you know how much money that is going to give you? That is going to be $36,000 that you're actually putting away in the next 10 years. And one day you're going to open your account to see $36,000 there. It will shock you. It will shock you what you can do with that $6,000 in 10 years. All right? That's what I'm saying. So it is this time, it is at this season that we need to learn it. If you are not learning anything right now, or you've not been learning nothing ever since coronavirus lockdown, try and think now. I see people calling me all the time. I see people writing me all the time. Oh, it's just only been 3 weeks and I don't have Gary anymore. I don't have anything anymore. I begin to ask them questions. How did you live your life when you were making money? Were you able to save anything? I'm not able to. Why? I have 2 wives and 5 kids or 6 kids. What are you doing with 2 wives? You ruined yourself. Now, you want me to give you my own money? Yes, sir. No, I can't. Why not, sir? I have only 1 wife. Oh, yes. All right. I have 1 wife. I didn't have 2. All right. And that's the problem. You have 2 wives. It means that you are richer than me. For you to have 2 wives means that you are richer than me, and I'm supposed to be the one to come over and ask you for money. All right? You don't put your hand in something that you are not capable of actually holding down. You don't continue having 20 children when you know you cannot cater for 20 kids. You don't have 10 kids when you know that you don't have the money to cater for 10 kids. You have to be wise. Be very wise. Go and get a savings account and put money away constantly. All right? Oh, I live in a mansion in Ibadan South. I say, oh, very good. How much is the house? Yeah, I pay 250,000 every year. 250,000 every year. That's good. What do you do? Oh, I work with Kinikon, and this. I said, that's fine. That's fine. Don't you think that that's too big? That house is too big for you. Can't you look for a house of probably like about 100,000? There are so many 100,000 naira houses all around in Ibadan and stuff. No, ridicule life. I'm a big boy in town. You know, people know me. I go to parties, I spray money. I'll be living in 100,000 house. Only 1 bathroom. You have only 1 bathroom. Say, all right, that's fine. I'm just trying to actually help you, because if you save that 100,000 on top of that stuff, you will find that they're saving money, something like that. Then down the road, then the problem just emerges from nowhere, and then you are calling the same guy. Hello, mommy, I need money for what? There's a problem. I say, no, okay. You're not wise. You're not wise. Because you are making 500,000 doesn't mean you are a rich man right now. We build wealth. You have to build wealth. How do you build wealth? When you're making 500,000, at least save 250,000 out of it. And the more you accumulate money, the more your wealth will grow. Now, wealth is not what you are calculating of making. Now, when you're thinking, I can make 20,000, that's not wealth. You know, you are just assuming it's possible for you to make it. The money is not with you yet. You are only dreaming. The money that qualifies you to be a wealthy man is the one that is sitting inside your bank account, or the one that you have invested, you have built something, you have a company, or you have investment that you put money on. That is what will qualify you to be a wealthy person. So if you don't accumulate wealth, you can't be wealthy. You have to save for it. It's not targeting how much I'm making. When you're targeting how much you can make in 1 year, let me tell you something, they can fire you tomorrow. You can lose that job next week. It means that wealth is not coming to you. But the wealth is the one you have worked for. You are able to save and tie down. They call it tie down. You tie down the money. When you tie the money down and let the money now go to work for you, That is the kind of money that make you to be a wealthy person. So many of you are nurses, even doctors, engineers, pharmacists, accountants, pastors, and all kinds of stuff. And you cannot boast of $10,000 in your bank account. You can't. It's difficult. It's difficult. When you have the opportunity now, it's now that you need to do it. A time will come that the opportunity is not going to be there. And when the opportunity is not there, then you become a beggar of bread. And when you become a beggar of bread, don't let me lie to you. People will remind you of those days. 7 years of surplusity and 7 years of famine. They will always come. They will always come in everybody's lifetime. We will always experience those different seasons. The season of good and the season that is bad. The dry season, the wet season. The summer and the winters of our lives. Night and day. They are all season and time. There is time for everything in life. And if you are not prepared for each, you will fail at that point in time. Deprive yourself now to be able to accumulate wealth. Deprive yourself. When you do so, in the day of hunger, you won't be part of those that will be shouting hunger. You'll be part of those ones that the Lord God Almighty will continue to bless. The little that you have saved will carry you a long way. And God will breathe upon the little you have saved. All you need is just the mind to keep money. All you need is just to train yourself to be able to save it. You don't have to wear the latest fashion or latest shoe, latest everything. You don't have to. It's not compulsory. I'm sorry I want to say this. I don't know probably if that person is listening, but I think it's a very good example for me to say. I have this very good friend who is a pastor also. And every time you see him, he's always decked down. The shoes, the everything. Expensive clothes and all kinds of stuff. And so a few days ago, he heard that I was giving people 5,000 naira in Nigeria. So he called me. I said, "Oh, what's up, my brother?" And said, I need help, so I said, "But you are not in Nigeria." He said, it was only not the people in Nigeria. I said, "No." I said, "I'm not giving to people that can afford money. You are always there, always on point." He said, "Pastor, there's no money." I said, "So you spend all your money?" He said, I have to look good, oh. I have to dress well, oh. I have to do this, oh. I said, "I'm sorry. The money that is in my hand is not my money. Some people donated it. And they trust me so much. That's why they gave it to me. I am not giving it to somebody who has squandered his own money. The people they want me to give are the old people who cannot afford to eat, who don't have no business. They don't have designer. I said it will be good for you to go and bring some of your Italian shoes out. Put them on eBay right now and sell them off. When you sell them off, they can actually give you money and you can eat with it." I was saying it jokingly so that he won't be mad. I was saying it jokingly, but I meant every word that came out of my mouth. I didn't just want to say that. All right? I didn't just want to say I meant it. I was just jokingly saying it. And then finally he said, "So you won't send the money?" I said, "No, I'm not. I'm sorry. I can't. It's not my money. Ogun oju, ologun oju. Wọ́n ṣiṣẹ́ fún ni. They work for it. And they entrusted this thing into my hand for me to do it correctly. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm really sorry." So he dropped off the phone, and ever since then he has not called me back. I sent him a message on WhatsApp. He didn't reply. That's fine. For me, it's possible. During coronavirus time, you're going to lose friends and you're going to gain friends anyway. So if this is a way of me losing one friend, that's fine. It's really fine by me. But one day he will wake up. One day he's going to wake up and remember, say, "Pastor Shola did it. He said it to me." And now it's making sense. It will make sense one day. It might not make sense right now, but it's going to make sense one day. All right? So that's the way it is. I used to be that guy that I squander my money. You know, I squander my money. But now I'm wiser. You know, so that's just for today. Easter celebration. Don't allow this Easter period to go without you learning this lesson. Don't allow this coronavirus time to go without learning this lesson. You're going to bounce back again. And by the time you bounce back again, don't forget quickly. Don't quickly forget. All right? Don't quickly forget. Don't be mad at people that didn't help you. Because probably it's not going to be enough for two of you. Maybe what they have is not going to be enough to share with you. It's not because they are stingy or not because they are wicked. It's because they are able to keep the money just for their own family. You failed. And that's why you landed where you are. But you're going to bounce back. And when you bounce back, always remember that it is time to keep something aside. It is time for me to keep something. I'm not supposed to spend it all. I'm not supposed to squander my money because a time will come that I will need it. You know, I don't want to beg for bread. I don't want to be at another person's mercy. I don't want to put my burden upon anybody. But see, I just want to depend upon myself. And that's the way to kick it. That's the way to do it. You women going to parties upon parties every day, it's a wake-up call. Buying ashwebi all the time. Change it. Start saving your money. When they invite you to party, tell them to give you color. You already have a material that's got the same color. Wear that one. Some people say, we see me beg ni ti beg ojo kan bo. One day is coming. They're coming back to you to come and beg. And that's the day you'll understand that all this stuff is vanity upon vanity. If you don't understand it, go keep your money. They are all languishing right now. All the mama, what they call it, slave mama. Many of them are languishing in pain right this moment. There's nothing for them. All these mama selling big clothes and everything. Nobody's buying clothes anymore. Nobody's buying nothing. All right? You are now going to depend on whatsoever you've saved. And that's what will work for you. So, I really appreciate you for listening to this broadcast. You know, it's a beautiful day. We just finished praying online. You know, so I said, oh, let me come over and bless my own people online also, so that you guys will enjoy exactly what we enjoyed online by the grace of God. I'm not sure the one I want to play. Maybe this one or not, because I want to play something for you guys.
Everybody, praise God in His sanctuary. Praise Him in His mighty heavens. Praise Him for His mighty deeds. If you have breath inside of
I want you guys to listen. Listen to this music right here before we go. Enjoy it. All right. Enjoy the music. Dance to it if you can dance. All right.
Who is greater than Jehovah, Lord divine?
There is no one greater than Jehovah, Lord divine.
I say, who is greater than Jehovah, Lord divine?
There is no one greater than Jehovah, Lord divine.
Excellent Jehovah, wonderful Jehovah,
Marvelous Jehovah.
eh.
There is no one greater than Jehovah, Lord divine.
Mighty Jehovah, awesome Jehovah.
Marvelous Jehovah. There is no one greater than Jehovah, Lord divine.
Who is bigger than my Lord, no other God?
There is no one greater than Jehovah, Lord divine.
King of kings, who is greater than
Happy Easter.
Jehovah, Lord
Happy
divine?
Tola, God bless you. Dina Afolabi, God bless you.
Excellent
Ayo Dele,
Jehovah,
Olabo, Mamani, we need to see. I'm going to send find time for me and you. Oladele
bigger than
Mojisola.
whatever I think,
Olaide
bigger than
Mojisola, God
whatever
bless you.
happens
Thank you
to
very much.
me.
I want to see Olufumi. God bless you. Thank you very much, Olufumi.
reigns.
Happy Easter to you.
Everybody, Jehovah reigns. Hey,
TJ.
Jehovah reigns.
Adebayo, God bless you.
Jehovah
Ayo Dele.
reigns.
Oluwabo Wale, God bless you. Adesola Balogun. Nani.
You will lift it
Patience
up. Come
Garuba.
on, jump
Gabriel,
up
sorry.
with me. You will lift it down. Carry the boy, yeah. Come on, hey. Jehovah reigns.
Hey.
Jehovah reigns.
I mean, you Catherine Edward, how you doing? Oluwakemi Ajani, thank you very much. Omotola Jesus. Gaba Rashid, Olubenga Fasusi, bless you, thank you very much. Oketunde Francis, happy Easter to you, blessings Stephen. God bless you, Olamide Sanyaolu, Tola Adeosu.
Shama, Jehovah Shama,
I give you glory,
yes, hallelujah.
Jehovah Shammah, I give you glory.
Hey, Shama, Shama, Jehovah Shama, I salute your glory, yes, oh God. We bless your name, the ruler of heaven and earth, oh God. Yeah, Ekibo, Jehovah, Ekibo, I give you glory, oh God. We bless your name, you reign forever. Yeah, Elohim, Adonai, Jehovah Elohim, I salute your greatness, oh God. Yeah, hallelujah. Onishara, Onishe Iyanu, Onishara, Lọ́lọ́run mi ò gbọ́. Oníṣẹ́ ara ní bàbá mi, oníṣẹ́ ara lọ́lọ́run mi ò gbọ́. Ó lajú afọ́jú, ó jí òkú dìde. Bá mi gbọ́, pé Jésù kórèdé, pé Jésù kórèdé, pé Jésù kórèdé. Ó gbére tèmi dé, ní bọ́ndú. Bá mi gbọ́, Màláyọ̀ máa ṣògo, Màláyọ̀ máa ṣògo, Màláyọ̀ máa ṣògo nínú ọdún yìí o. Ọdún yìí á san mí. Bá mi gbọ́, ọdún yìí á san mí, ọdún yìí á san mí, ọdún yìí á san mí nínú ọdún yìí o. Tèmi ò ní já sóko. Ìjìnlẹ̀ olórúkọ ńlá. Orúkọ Jésù ló kárí ayé ìjìnlẹ̀.
Olórúkọ ńlá, orúkọ Jésù ló kárí ayé.
Ìjìnlẹ̀ olórúkọ ńlá. Orúkọ Jésù ló kárí ayé ìjìnlẹ̀. Ó jí ó fẹ́, ó tún ga sí alágbára gíga. You are the Lord, there is none other. You stand alone as Lord of all, giver of life, peace and prosperity, Lord. You are God. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody say, hey, you stand alone as God. Nobody else can take your place from me. Yes, sir. Listen, my life belongs to you. My life belongs to you. My life belongs to you. Everybody say, it belongs to you. Only you, Lord. I will praise Him. Everybody praise the Lord. Give Him all your praise. Come on. Yeah. Everybody praise Him. The ruler of heaven and earth will praise your name. The King of glory, we adore you, Lord. Mighty King of glory, we give you a praise. Who can deny you a crown? Let me see you dance to the King of Kings. Who can deny you a crown, oh God? No other God can be like you, you're so awesome. Who can deny you a crown, oh God? Everything, every word, everybody knows that. Nobody can share your glory, nobody can stand in your place. Who can deny you a crown, oh God? Who can deny that? Only you will have praise. Only you will have grace. I have no other God. Only you, my Lord. Yeah. Only you will have worship. Babamo, only you will have grace. You are the only God. You created a time and you're never restricted by the time. Oh God. Only you will have praise and that's true. Only you will have praise. You are the great I am. Only you, Lord. Yeah. Only you will I jump to. Only you will I praise. You are the only God. Only you. You are the only God. Hey, you are the great I am. No other God like you. Oh, Jehovah, Lord. You are the Lord of Lords. Oh. You are the King of Kings. I'll serve you forever. Oh, King of glory. Oh, Chuaka Chineka Ide. Oh, Chuaka Chineka Ide. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Tell me the yellow. Oh, Toby, Bemba. Oh, Chuaka Chineka Ide. It's bigger than what we can think. Yeah. Hallelujah. Show me the size of your God. Yeah. I give it back. Hey. Show me. I'll be your God. Show me. Come on. It's bigger than what we can think. Hey. Oh, do I got Chineka Ide. Show me. I'll be your God. Show me. My God is bigger than what you can think. Come on.
You better begin to dance. It's Easter, man. Jesus Christ just got out of the grave just today. Glory be to God, man. We're worshiping a living God. Yeah.
Ó gbàṣọ yà lára mi, ó fún mi láṣọ ìyẹnì ńlá ní Síónì. Aládé wúrà mi, àwí máa jẹ, àsọ̀rọ̀ máa dára sí. Bàbá nítorí ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ mo gbé ọ̀gá. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with me.
This is Evangelist Bola.
Agbára ti bí òkè. Ọlọ́run àwọn baba ńlá mi. Ọlọ́run Abraham. Ọlọ́run Isaac. Ọlọ́run Jacob. Ìṣe Ọlọ́run Israẹli. Kí a ní ọ̀rọ̀ náà. Tó kí ń pẹ̀lú ìdílé yìí. Láti yọ ọdún yìí. Ẹ káre. Bàbá mi o. Arógun má sá. Arógun má fi tìbọn ṣe. Ó gbèjà ọ̀run kan. Sọ́dírù nǹkan mìíràn. Bàbá mi o. Àgbàjẹ́ mọ̀ránù. Tó ń sórí abẹ́rẹ́ tó ṣòro gbé mi fún àwọn ẹ̀mí òkùnkùn. Ó gbèjà àrùn kan. Ó gbéra rẹ̀ níjà. Bàbá mi o. Àtótó arére òde ọ̀run. Ó sọ̀rọ̀. Gbogbo ayé wárìrì. Bẹ́ẹ̀ àrá ló sán. Kábíyèsí rẹ o. Mímọ́. Olódùmarè. Ọba lánàá. Ọba lónìí. Ọba títí láéláé.
Bàbá nítorí ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ mo gbé ọ̀gá. Ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ tó pín òkùnkùn pa níyà lọ́jọ́ ọjọ́ sí mo ṣe gbé ọ̀gá bàbá. Ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ tó fànà lọ́mọ lọ́jọ́ ọjọ́ sí mo ṣe gbé ọ̀gá bàbá mi. Yimba. Atawale, Atawale tu, Atawa Yesu, Atawale, hey, Atawale, Atawale tu, hey. Ó ṣé Jésù, ó ṣé o Baba, mo fi yìn fún wa. Ó ṣé Jésù, Atawale, Atawale, hey. Ẹ ṣé, ijó ẹ̀dá, ayọ̀ ẹ̀dá, ẹ̀kẹ́ hallelujah, orin ayọ̀ lẹ́nu mi, ijó ayọ̀ lẹ́sẹ̀ mi, àtẹ́wọ́ ayọ̀ lọ́wọ́ mi, orin ayọ̀ lẹ́nu mi. Ogun ọ̀run ẹ sọ̀kalẹ̀ wá, ẹ wá bá mi ṣe, ẹ wo Jésù nínú ayé mi, ẹ wo Jésù nínú iṣẹ́ mi, ó ti bá mi ṣe, ó ti ṣe tèmi, bàbá òun má jẹ́ tèmi já sófo, bàbá.
I'm tired, I gotta go.
Bàbá òun má jẹ́ tèmi kó gbé o, bàbá. Jọ.
I must have danced for almost 30 minutes.
Bàbá òun má jẹ́ tèmi kó sú ẹ o, bàbá. Ẹ kúrò lọ́nà, ẹ kúrò lọ́nà, ọmọdé kúrò lọ́nà, ẹ kúrò lọ́nà, bàbá ń bọ̀.
Yada.
Òkè àríbíra bàtà.
Àbàtà.
Ó ń bọ̀ lọ́nà.
Ó ń bọ̀ lọ́nà.
Èṣù yàgò.
Èṣù yàgò.
Àjẹ́ yàgò.
Àjẹ́ yàgò.
Oṣó yàgò.
Oṣó yàgò.
Gbogbo ẹ̀yin ẹ̀mí èbèrè wọn náà.
Ẹ jábọ́dá.
Yàgò. Nítorí bàbá mi ń bọ̀
Bàbá mi
lọ́nà.
bọ̀.
Yes.
Òkè tí ò ṣe é dojú kọ.
Wọ́n bí wọn.
Àwámárì tí Olódùmarè.
Àwámárì tí.
Mímọ́ 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 mímọ́. Olódùmarè.
Olódùmarè.
Ọba tí ò ṣe é díwọ̀n. Agbanilágbàtàn.
Agbanilágbàtàn.
Òwò kẹ̀mbẹ̀rẹ̀ bí ìjà.
Ọwọ́ gẹ̀bẹ̀rẹ̀ bí ìjà.
Ọlọ́run àwọn baba ńlá mi. Mímọ́ 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 rẹ o. Òkè ńlá o. Òkè lẹ́yìn onígbàgbọ́.
Lẹ́yìn onígbàgbọ́.
Òkè jágájì.
Jágájì.
Ó ń bọ̀ lọ́nà. Òkè arábárí.
Òkè arábárí bi.
Òkè jàgàdà
Jàgàdà wòwòrò.
Yes. Ẹ kú lọ́nà.
Ẹ kú mẹ́.
Ẹ yàgò.
Ẹ yàgò dà.
Ọkọ mi ń bọ̀.
Ọkọ mi ń bọ̀.
Ọ̀rẹ́ mi àlùfáà mi ń bọ̀. Kí gbogbo agbára òkùnkùn.
Wọ́n bí
Ìdílé
wọn.
lọ́wọ́. Ẹ gbiná.
Ẹ
Ẹ
gbiná
yàgò.
gan.
Orí agbára Ọlọ́run ni àwa ń gbẹ́kẹ̀lé. A
Àgbẹ́kẹ̀lé o.
dúró sí orí àpáta ayérayé. Bíbélì wípé ilẹ̀
Ilẹ̀
mìíràn
mìíràn iyanrìn ni.
iyanrìn ni. Kábíyèsí o. Mímọ́ mímọ́ o.
Mímọ́ mímọ́.
Ọlọ́run kan lé àná.
Olùlànà.
Ọlọ́run kan lé òní.
Òní lónìí.
Òun náà ni títí
Òun náà ní títí ayérayé àìnípẹ̀kẹ́.
Olódùmarè.
Olódùmarè.
Ẹ kúrò lọ́nà, ẹ tún kúrò lọ́nà, ẹ yàgò kúrò lọ́nà, bàbá ń bọ̀ lókè. I will lift up Jesus.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this broadcast by the grace of God. I really appreciate you guys for that. I will see you guys later today in the afternoon or in the evening because we're going to be celebrating Easter together by the grace of God. So you guys get your dance shoes ready and you're going to be able to, and you're still going to be able to make a phone call in to give a shout out to your loved ones. You know, this time around, it's not going to be just only your husband alone. It's going to be to everybody that you around about you. So we're not going to be limiting it to just only your lovers alone. You can actually shout out to your pastor, give a shout out to your mother, your father, your friends, and everybody. Especially, you can give a shout out to Pastor Shola. Me, I'm going to be here. You know what I'm saying? All right, so get ready tonight by the grace of God. We're going to be rocking and rolling on that show. God bless you. Yeah. See you guys later. Bye.